What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, I want to go ahead and in this particular video, I want to acknowledge that today would have been the 45th birthday of Kobe Bryant. The 45th birthday of Kobe Bryant. And that just goes to show you just how young he was when he lost his life tragically 3.5 years ago. He retired 7 years ago. And yet he still would have only been 45 years old. It still doesn't seem right. It still doesn't seem right, that he's not here. And, I'm just now getting used to him being a past legend or a person from the past. I don't want to dwell too much on that particular day, but I'll just say that when the news came that he had perished in a helicopter crash, it didn't seem real. And up until the final moments when it was confirmed, I was still thinking that it was some type of sick hoax. But when the major news networks and ESPN confirmed it, because I remember TMZ confirmed it for about TMZ reported it at least, maybe almost 30 minutes before major news outlets reported it. I was still thinking maybe this is just some sick hoax. I know some of you who followed me for a long time used to think of me as a Kobe Bryant hater. Never hated Kobe. Just that sometimes you get caught up in these debates and you can get passionate and you can just, sometimes say things that aren't intended toward the player, but more intended toward the persons or parties you're debating. But Kobe will go down as not just one of the greatest basketball players that the game has ever seen, not just one of the greatest competitors, not arguably the most skilled offensive player we've ever seen overall, but just as a human being. He was a wonderful person. He could be, a little prickly when it comes to friendships. Yeah, he was kind of hard to understand as a person. He didn't have the typical, I say, urban upbringing. This guy grew up overseas. I think he knew several languages, including Italian. He spoke in a certain tongue that I can relate to, that's some people think is a little bit uppity, or I had to get the phone, my bad. But anyway, Kobe was just a different guy, man. And, he came in to the league playing on a team that was built around Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal was going to be the guy to lead that team to a championship. And if anything, the bright young star of that draft was perceived to be Allen Iverson. And then later on, the guy that the NBA was starting to push was Vince Carter. But it was Kobe, I say by about 2002, 2003, that was beginning to emerge as the new bright young star of the league. Not to say that those other guys didn't do well, but it was Kobe that was emerging as the top star. And then came the scandal. Then came that scandal, which I'm not going to speak on or go into detail about, and it nearly derailed his stardom. I think it would have derailed any lesser player, a lesser person. And he lost the backing of the NBA as far as being pushed as the face of the NBA. But he fought back and by 2007, 2008, he fought through his perseverance and individual excellence. He forced the NBA to put the spotlight back on him. And by the end of the decade, he re-emerged as the league's top player, virtually unchallenged in that role. And for the rest of his career, into his retirement, he was, I would say, the latter parts of his career, he was a statesman of the game, ambassador of the game, I guess is a better term to use. And then in his retirement, he was seen as, a sage of basketball. He had all these new young guys coming into the league and taking advice from him. You could see Kobe's influence throughout the NBA, whether you're talking about Kyrie Irving, whether you're talking about Devin Booker, whether you're talking about Jason Tatum, Kawhi Leonard, a lot of these guys, you see Kobe's influence, and so on this day of remembrance, it gets a little bit easier, if that's a proper term to use, to accept that he's not here anymore, but he's still greatly missed. And, it'll be interesting to hear his thoughts about the NBA landscape of today. But tell me what you guys think.